Hi everyone and welcome to this week's newsletter. I hope you enjoyed last week's mini heatwave. Thankfully the weather forecasters did get it right, which makes a change, I know. But it was great to see the golf club heaving over the weekend. Certainly Friday is the busiest I've seen the golf club for a long time. It was nearly fully booked from I think probably 8 AM in the morning until probably kind of nearly 5 o'clock in the afternoon. On that point, just really wanted to send you all a quick reminder really that hopefully now the better weather is here, although it is raining outside quite heavily at the moment. The course is hopefully going to get busier and busier, so it's really important everyone to take advantage of our online booking system and do please book a tee time. Through the winter months, obviously the quieter months, it isn't essential, and obviously people have just been turning up and going out. But certainly Friday, if that's anything to go on, we want you to book, to save you coming all the way down here and then finding that the tees are reserved, for half an hour, even an hour. I think it was people had to wait on Friday. So, please remember, every member of the golf club has got their own unique login to BRS, which is the online booking service that the club uses. You can access it through the club's website. Just click on members tee times, go through. It's a completely live system, so you guys at home see the same as what we do in the shop, in the office. You can book a time, and then again it's there, your time's reserved, so if you come down there, the tee time, the first tee is reserved for you at say 5 o'clock, and you haven't got to wait or mess around, okay? So, please, it's worth using that service, just to guarantee your times. But yeah, as I say, it's been brilliant, although the weather's not too good today. Hopefully looking forward, for the rest of the week, the weather looks good. And I wanted to talk to you a little bit this week about putting. Now, so we can turn our attentions to probably some more of the scoring area of golf. Now that I said, hopefully everyone is starting to get out, dusting the clubs out and going out and playing. Now, since we've took delivery of our Holmore putting tablet, which I don't know if you can see there, it's just down to my right-hand side. One of the things that's kind of, you popped up quite a lot is sort of face angle. Where the putter is pointing at impact, it being closed or it being open. So what I thought I'd do today is actually kind of bring you a simple tip to try and help you kind of work on your face angle. Now, because we're doing it inside, as you said, because of the weather, I'm using these two, or even three, see these little sort of putting gates that we've got. So one of them you can see there is just positioned on the mat. Now these start, I think it is 50 millimetres wide, 55 millimetres and 60 millimetres, or 6 centimetres for those of you that don't like working in millimetres. And basically, they just create a little gate to try and roll the ball through. So preferably it's good to work on a straight putt if you're going to do these, but it's really good practice to get you to sort of subconsciously try and square the face up at impact to try and roll the ball straight. Now, one of the other putting aids that we've got that we use quite a lot with people is this, which is a putting rail, designed by the late Harold Swash, who was pretty much one of the leading figures of his time in sort of putting coaching. And the idea with that putting rail is a similar thing. If I try and show you one quickly, the rail's slightly tapered, and again, without really thinking too much about technique, the idea here is that if my putter's square at impact, I should be able to roll the ball, here you go, down the length of the rail and out the other side. Whereas if my putter face was closed, the ball would roll off to the left. If my putter face was open, it would roll off to the right. So actually, I've probably made that look way too easy. It's quite a difficult thing to do that, as a couple of people who've tried it would probably vouch. But yeah, going back to kind of the point here, really. You can kind of see in the mat, as we said, I've positioned the 60 mil, the 60 centimetre rail. Now, really before we kind of get into having a go again, just want to kind of talk to you about a couple of key fundamentals that we look for in putting. Now, one for me is really your eye position and also your ball position. Now, I did highlight this in one of the newsletters last year, but it's still one of the things that we kind of see most golfers get wrong. Namely because most golfers are using non-fitted putters, which probably are too long, with also the wrong lie angle for them. So we see a lot of golfers sort of set up like this. The putter's a long way outside of their eyes with the toe of the putter off the ground. Now, the perfect kind of eye line and ball position really is underneath your left eye socket. So if I take my sort of standard comfortable posture, I'll do it both ways for you. So this one will highlight sort of ball position. Wherever that ball hits the ground, which was about there, okay, that is the perfect ball position. You know, just left of centre, i.e. my left eye socket. Now, if I do it from the other angle and do the same again, also dropping the ball from my eye socket is making sure that my eyes are directly over the ball. Now, why is that so important, I hear you say? Well, for me, getting your eyes over the top of the ball, it gives you a more bird's eye view of where the putter's truly aiming. So first of all, that can actually help with face angle, you know, where the face is pointing, because, you know, who knows, you know, is your putter closed at impact because you started with it closed? Could be, you don't know. So again, you know, getting the putter actually aiming where you think you're aiming to start with, in my eyes, is very important. So what it tends to do here is it starts to help promote a little bit more of a kind of a pendulum style stroke from the shoulders with less kind of sort of arc or you know, almost rotation on the putter. So as you said, if I drop one ball down, so this is always the best way to tech, drop a ball down, there you go, set yourself up, and then if you drop a second ball down, it should basically hit the ball on the ground. There you go. So actually I missed that time, so that hit the toe of the putter. So what would that tell us? Well, actually that I'm probably a little bit too kind of far away from the ball. So if I move a little bit closer, and we do that again, there we go. So you can see that's directly on top of my ball. Okay, so it's not particularly complicated, but again, you know, so many golfers we see, you know, when we do putter fittings, you know, do stand too far away from it, putter too long, eyes too far inside of it, and as a result, a lot of the golfers that we test actually kind of have what we refer to as a strong arc. Now, there's nothing wrong with that, but again, you know, it does mean that there may well be a little bit more kind of timing needed to get that putter nice and square. So, you know, if I can get my eyes over the top of the ball, you know, another way to do it is just drop your putter down, so that's good. Okay, so obviously the aim in this game is just to get the ball rolling between the gate. Well, there you go, so you can see I've pulled that one, face was a little bit closed. Let's try again. Hey, there we go, got one on the inside. But again, you know, how could you replicate this when you're actually out on the putting green? Well, you don't need to rush out and buy fancy trainers, you know, like the gate or the putting rail. 2 T-pegs, you know, just put 2 T-pegs in the ground, you know, opposite each other, just slightly wider than the ball. And again, just try and practice rolling the ball through those pegs. Now, if I was you, I'd start out quite short, so maybe start out, you know, on a 2-3 foot putt, and then sort of just gradually extend that distance out as you get the hang of it. But you know, really, really important that, you know, when you look at short putting, it's so much to do with kind of face angle. You know, if your putter face is 1-2 degrees out over a 3 foot putt, that's probably enough for you to miss the hole, or, you know, at very best you might catch the edge of the hole and it lips out. So, you know, definitely now the better weather's here, you know, get yourself out on the putting green, everyone, you know, and give that a go. Also, before I leave you this week, don't forget it's our TaylorMade Club Fitting Experience Day in the Golf Studio this Friday. At the time of recording this video, we still have 2 times left, so it'll be great if we can fill those 2 times up. I know there's a special mail gone out yesterday. This is going to go out to you on Wednesday. Okay, so special mail's gone out Tuesday. It's all getting confusing now. So again, yeah, you know, if you do want to come down, and as I mentioned last week, try out any of the really impressive sort of M3, M4 range, then please get in contact and we'll book you in. Graham's also done a little piece about the shop. You know, we keep talking about the shop at the moment and how we've kind of chased things around and you know, developed new displays. We've just taken delivery of a new ladies mannequin in the shop, so again to try and make sort of a better feature of the ladies clothing area that we've got in store now. But also wanted to kind of remind everyone that, you know, we're not just limited to what you see in store. You know, we can get products from any manufacturer. It's just obviously we are restricted to what we can stock by the size of the shop. But you know, if you ever walk around and you know, there's something you really, really want and you can't see it in store, you know, just ask. You know, we can probably get it to you, and at the same time, we can get it for you at the right price. You know, we are competitive on price. You know, so if it was a power caddy trolley maybe, or a set of Mizuno irons, you know, we can supply all of that You can still use your account money. It saves you having to kind of shop elsewhere. We'd much rather you obviously shop local with us, whereby we can advise you, we can give you the best service, we can give you the best advice. But yeah, keep reading below, because Graham's done a little article on that. Again, also thanks to everyone that's responded to our new seniors or vets and ladies group classes which start next week. Again, for those of you that haven't, the information's further down in the newsletter, so again, please have a look at that. But anyway, that's enough from me, everyone. So have a great week, and I'll see you down the club soon. Cheers, bye.